Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
There. Ooh. Ah! He broke my leg!
Right now at 10, a family looking for answers. One Connecticut man dies 4 days after being tased by troopers for more than a minute.
Also fleeing the storm. Trips canceled or cut short as Hurricane Ian's about to hit Florida. We have the latest on the storm's track and if we'll see any rain.
And Sandy Hook families testify in the defamation trial of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Hear from them on the damage they say his lies had on their lives. But first on Fox 61, state police are investigating after one Connecticut man's family says that he died 4 days after he was tased by troopers. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. The incident was caught on camera and it shows the tasing happened for at least 1 minute. Fox 61's Tony Black has looked through that video. He joins us live tonight in studio to explain what's in it. Tony.
Yeah, Ben and Jen, state police say 38-year-old Ryan Marzi was not complying with police orders when they were called for a domestic assault report. A taser was deployed and activated for more than a minute. 4 days later, his family says he died. We want to warn you, some may find these videos hard to watch. This interaction between Connecticut State Police Trooper Desmond Stimpson and 38-year-old Ryan Marzi happened moments after police were called to this Canterbury home. Police were responding to a domestic assault report on August 24th after they say Marzi allegedly physically prevented the victim from leaving the home and deliberately damaged their cell phone. Police say Marzi was not following their commands and advanced towards them.
All right. Oh. There. Ooh. Ah! He broke my leg!
Dashcam video shows Trooper Jesse Rainville approaching Marzi after the altercation ended.
Get down. I am down.
No, get on the ground.
He broke my leg!
Get on the ground!
Oh! Cuff him.
That's when Trooper Rainville used her taser on Marzi. You can hear it activated for more than a minute.
Okay! Cuff him. Okay!
Guidelines by the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection say a conducted electrical weapon should, quote, be deployed for the shortest time possible, and troopers/police officers should make every reasonable effort to immediately move in to restrain the subject while under the effects of the CEW. Please tell Marzi to turn on his stomach. He says he can't.
All right, stop, please.
No, get on your stomach!
The troopers get Marzi in handcuffs as he continues to say he broke his left knee. Rainville's body camera shows discussions between the two as they wait for an ambulance to arrive.
The way you made me feel there, good. Electrocution's good.
That didn't feel good?
No, whoever you do that to besides me, God bless them. How many volts is that?
Actually, I forgot how many volts it is.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Marzi was taken to a Norwich hospital for evaluation and was discharged, taken to Troop D headquarters where he was charged and released on bond. 4 days later, his family says he died in his sleep at his home in Hebron. Marzi's obituary says he was a graduate of Bacon Academy in Colchester and had been working at a paving company for 8 years. State police tell Fox 61 the Western District Major Crime Squad's investigation is active and ongoing. The medical examiner's office says the cause of his death is pending further examinations. Both the state's attorney and the Office of the Inspector General have been advised. In a statement, Inspector General Robert Devlin Jr. said, quote, at this time, the Office of the Inspector General is monitoring the Connecticut State Police investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of Mr. Marzi and is awaiting a determination of the manner and cause of death from the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. The Connecticut State Police Union tells us that they do not comment on active investigations but will once it's completed. State police say the female trooper seen tasing the man is still working, but the male officer who got in the dispute with Marzi is on medical leave after breaking his leg during the interaction. They say that he had to undergo surgery. Police tell us the results of their investigation will determine whether the actions were justified or not, or if it'll go to an internal affairs investigation. In the studio, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. Well, we are tracking Hurricane Ian tonight as Florida is bracing for landfall tomorrow. Here's a look at the latest data on the major hurricane from our Weather Watch Center. It has winds of 120 miles per hour, and the center is about 180 miles southwest of a certain part of Florida. As Hurricane Ian nears, families are trying to get flights out to Florida.
Passengers already seeing delays and cancellations. Fox 61's Alicia Machado joins us live from Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks tonight, where she spoke with those returning tonight. Alicia?
Yeah, good evening. Passengers we spoke with here at Bradley International Airport returning home from Orlando say they're thankful to get back just in the nick of time. Orlando International Airport will close tomorrow morning, and Tampa suspended flights as Hurricane Ian approaches. Catching one of the last flights home ahead of Hurricane Ian's touchdown in Florida.
I'm very happy to be home and safe.
Connecticut and Massachusetts passengers arriving at Bradley International Airport in Windsor Locks from Orlando, Florida, Tuesday evening after vacations. Some cutting trips short to make it back before the hurricane hits.
We were in Disney. We were supposed to be there till Friday, and we decided, much to my chagrin, but my smart husband said we got to get on a flight tonight and get out of there.
Passengers faced with delays and cancellations as Tampa and surrounding areas brace for impact.
Just getting out in the nick of time.
One couple caught between two hurricanes as they vacationed in the Dominican Republic.
We dodged Hurricane Fiona going to DR. We went to DR for our vacation for 5 days. Then we had to connect in Orlando to come back to Hartford. So we just missed Hurricane Ian.
Tampa International Airport has suspended all operations. Orlando International Airport will cease operations starting Wednesday morning.
I'm glad we left. I'm glad to get back and see my animals and my family and everything.
Some passengers returning still have family in Florida.
We do have family that's in Bonita Springs. My sister left last night. Her husband's staying home tonight. I guess he's not leaving.
My sister and brother-in-law live in Fort Myers, and they left there this morning for Fort Lauderdale. I guess they were told to evacuate. They packed all their pets and left. Hopefully it'll be okay.
As Florida monitors the hurricane, Walt Disney World and Universal Studios in Orlando are temporarily closing their theme parks on Wednesday and Thursday. The last flights to Orlando from Bradley left around 8 p.m. tonight. Still one more flight from Florida coming in tonight around midnight. That one from Miami. We're live in Windsor Locks tonight. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
All right, Alicia, thank you. Let's get the latest track on this hurricane right now.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank busy on the Weather Watch tonight. Hi, Rach.
Hi. Even though the hurricane won't make landfall until tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, conditions are already heading downhill for Florida. Look at Key West now. We're seeing wind gusts up to 68 miles per hour and already 23-foot waves there. And this storm still has a ways to go as it approaches the Florida shoreline. It's a Category 3 hurricane, and it's undergoing an intensification process, so it will likely strengthen into a Category 4 hurricane. Already hurricane force winds will be felt by tomorrow morning along the Florida coastline, and the outer rain bands are affecting Florida too. In fact, the red areas that you see here, those polygons are tornado warnings that are ongoing, and already multiple tornadoes have touched down just from the outer rain bands. But this is all going to be about storm surge, strong gusty winds, and heavy rain as well. The storm forecast to make landfall as a Category 4 storm somewhere from south of Tampa to around the Fort Myers area, right around Port Charlotte, and right around that area will be where the worst storm surge is. And this is going to be later Wednesday afternoon or early Wednesday evening. After that, moving inland, bringing that heavy rain along with it, rapidly starting to weaken though, at least in terms of the winds. The storm may actually pop back out, at least briefly, into the Atlantic before making another landfall, or if it hugs the left side of the track or the west side of the track, it may stay over land for longer. We are not expecting any significant impacts here at home from this storm, but we're still watching it very closely for our friends in the south. We'll take you through storm surge, wind, rain, and maybe some minor impacts for us around here this weekend. Your full forecast coming up.
Rachel, thank you. In other news tonight, Waterbury police have identified the suspect wanted in a homicide that happened outside of a convenience store earlier this month. Police say that they've now obtained an arrest warrant for 22-year-old Gelson Cruz. He's wanted in connection to the homicide of Jordan Savage. Cruz is accused of shooting and killing the 26-year-old right in the parking lot of the Colonial Grocer on September 13th. Anyone with information about Cruz should call Waterbury police.
Well, new at 10, be careful if you're driving on I-84, especially in western Connecticut. DEEP is warning you tonight about recent moose sightings in this part of the state. Here's a live look right now at I-84 in Southbury tonight. Obviously no moose here, but DEEP says that there have been reported moose sightings near roads in Southbury, Danbury, Newtown, Woodbury, and New Fairfield. Moose are active right now for their fall mating season. You're asked to watch out for them on the roads, and you should never approach a moose.